Hey everyone, good morning. This is Teresa with High Mesa Standards, and this morning I am just popping in here real quick to show you this kind of first stage of movement other than the army crawl. Then we start getting onto all 4 feet and doing a what I call a Gila monster crawl. And they get around much faster that way. They're finding that, wow, we can really travel. We don't know where we're going because our eyes are still closed, but we are getting up on all 4s and starting to actually crawl around quickly. And so this is what the pad looks like overnight. And as you can see, it has where puppies have been pooping, but she has kept it extremely clean. She's keeping it very clean, aren't you, Mesa? She's a good mama. And so what I do every morning is I come in here and change out this pad. They're the washable. I will wash them. I will put them into this bed while I'm changing that one. And then they'll stay in this bed for the next day, so that I don't keep transferring them in and out. But if I only had the one bed, I would put them all in this with the heating pad. Although it's been really hot here, so probably wouldn't do the heating pad now. But if it's cooler in your region, you would put them into a basket or something where they couldn't get out. And I just put a pillow or a blanket over them and tuck it in kind of so they don't roll out while I'm cleaning the whelping box. But at this stage, they're a week and 2 days old. You're not going to have a lot of mess if you have a good mama. If the mama's cleaning up like she should be. I can see Red was a little premature in putting on the collar because she's got it around her leg. But her other collar was just getting too tight on her, so we went ahead and changed it out. At any rate, if you got a good mama, they're going to be keeping everything really clean, and you won't have a terrible mess at this point. Using the paper pads was just getting to be so expensive, and I mean, these are like $40 for, or 30 something for 100. They get to be real, and you use in this kind of a 4x4. You use 4 of those every day each time you change it. So if I change twice a day on those, because they absorb everything into the pad, and they're just not as clean, so I feel the need to clean them up a little better. But with these, I think these were probably $40 for 2 of them, the 4x4 size, and they're a little bit short, as you can see. But really, that's okay. I buy one of those really cheap carpets, like office carpets from either Dollar General or Walmart or whatever's cheapest, and still has a little bit of padding. And I just plan on that being throwaway. That's part of my expense of having puppies. This one, it was not dirty at all, and so I was able to use it for 2 litters. But what I usually do is just, when we're done with it, I just roll it up and throw it away. These pads go in the washing machine every day with baking soda, borax, and laundry detergent on a very hot, I have a steam setting, so I will steam clean those basically. And then this one here was another one of those real cheap carpets. See how thin they are? And so I have another area rug that I've put underneath to give some cushion, and so that she's not laying on plain floor. They're all just really, she's been in there, so now they're all active. They're like, where are we gonna eat? She's getting bath today. I have 2 grooms today too, so we'll see how she reacts to having another dog other than her family dogs in the room. Right now we've got Rose and Breezy in the room with us, and she's totally fine with that. She doesn't care at all. But I will put the others, just in case, I will put the others in a crate while I'm working. They're in the same family, so while I'm working on one, I'll put the other one in the crate, and then we'll work on the other one so that they can't be over here sniffing her and getting in trouble. because I have a feeling she's not gonna like that very much. Anyways, so what I did was I bought this, the second whelping box came with this pad. I'm not sure I like this pad as much, even though it's dark and it conceals stuff. To me, that's a problem. I don't really care what it looks like in my pins, or even what you guys see, because I know that I keep them very clean as I need to keep them, and I want to be able to see what's on the pad. If there's blood or anything like that, I can't see it on this pad. So I really like to have the lighter pads. If you're buying for whelping, that's kind of important to me, to see what color the puppy's poops are, to see what color Osa's discharge is, to see all those kind of things. If there's anything coming out, it's going to end up on that rug, and you need to see what colors are coming out. It's just part of maintenance of having a puppy litter. So the dark one, I'm not too thrilled with. If you're one of those types of people that just doesn't want to see the mess, then knock yourself out. But that's not me. So I probably next time I won't buy another one this color. And that's been a good lesson for me, is so that I know, because it just came with this. It was part of the whelping box at the Vivor whelping box. So, live and learn. The other thing is the poles on this whelping box are actually a little lower, and they're better than that one. This one still allows the mama to squeeze a puppy against the wall. This one is really harder, much harder. So I feel like that could have been an improvement on the puppies. I think it's called puppies, but it's spelled weird. The puppies model. That one, P-U-P-E-Z. But overall, I like this model better. It's a better quality, just by a little bit. So if it's money that's the difference, then go ahead with that one. But I really like I like this one, and I've used this one 3 times and it's not broken. And that one, when I first even put it up, I cracked one of the I cracked one of these little things right here at the corner, because it was just cattywampus and it would not go in straight. So anywho, that's what we're doing today. This is going to be a short video because I've got a lot to do, and grandma's in there trying to console them and kiss on them, and notice how Osa's just totally fine with that. Your bitches won't all be that way. This is her mom. This is Osa's mom. So, and this is Osa's sister. Osa's not as happy about Osa's sister being in it as she is mom. Mom can get in. Mom gets to go anywhere she wants to within the pack. But Osa is she's told a little bit to watch herself. Also, I put on the second gate right here, so this goes, they're able, hey, go, I can't show anything, go. They are able to get over this low now. If they were to climb just up over that pole, they would be able to pop out of there. And even though they'd probably be fine because we do have heating and air conditioning in here, I just don't want that. I don't want them to end up somewhere and be scared and have a traumatizing experience, all that kind of stuff. We just try to, alleviate that stuff, cut it off at the pass so that it doesn't happen. What's wrong, Osa? She's looking very tired and haggardy, aren't you, baby? And yeah, I remember having 3 kids at home and bringing one baby home to that, and I was just exhausted, so I can kind of relate. Not for 11 puppies, but you know what I mean. Anyhow, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I've got a kennel to clean up. This place is just ramsacked. I don't know why. Because I live in here, that's why. And anywhere I am, there's chaos. But I've planted about half of my plants out, and I got to get the other half out here pretty soon the temperatures at night are starting to get, we're in Western Colorado, starting to get in the upper 40s or mid 40s, so I can start planting out my peppers and stuff. But I just need to, today I need to do the grooms, and I need to concentrate on my puppy weigh-ins and the grooms, and that's pretty much all I will be able to do today, because they're both poodles, or they're both doodles actually, and one of them's a little bit more high-strung, and then the other one is really good, and she only takes me about an hour and a half, but the high-strung one is a puppy, and it takes me quite a bit longer because it doesn't hold still. So that's all I'm going to be able to handle today. I will do an ENS scent. ENS is early neurological stimulation, so that can be a scent because that's neurological stimulation as well, but we're basically doing some motion, the same motion that I did before, the getting them off the ground for a little while. And you know, the more studies that I'm reading on that, and even by puppy culture studies that I've read from them, they're saying they're not sure that that's actually the way to go with ENS training. And so here's my thought on that. When puppies are in an ideal situation and the mother is mothering and doing all the things that she needs to be doing, licking and checking on them and promoting urine and poop to come out and all that kind of stuff, then she's actually doing ENS with them. She lifts them on one side where their butts are up in the air and their faces are down. She rolls them over on their back. She does things that are, if you just watch them closely, you'll see that the early neurological stimulation happens a lot in regular mothering. Now, if you're not in an ideal situation where puppies get taken away from mama too early, mama dies, she's not able to nurse them, you're doing it yourself, then those things need to happen, because the natural part, the natural component of puppy litter raising is not in it. Okay, loud person, loud puppy. That's Black. Black is a complainer. The ones that I like are complainers. But anyways, so I would say that probably the early neurological stimulation isn't always necessary with every with every puppy litter, because the mamas, if they're being good mamas, they're doing all that. I mean, God he knows what he's doing. And anyway, so the need for you to intervene in puppy, stimulation is not as much. Every time I go in to check mama, I go through her like this. I feel every nipple, and I make sure that she does not feel impacted, that she doesn't feel like she's hot, there's not a heat involved, that she has a happy disposition, she wags her tail, she looks at me and loves me, and she's in a good, healthy mental mode. If she's not, then I know there's something going on. Sometimes if she seems a little down, she just needs to get out of the kennel for a while. I'll let her out the door, let her come out and have coffee with me on the porch. Just love on her for a little bit, because she's just exhausted and she needs some love. So, that way you're paying attention to your mama, and you're seeing early if there's a chance of mastitis on those nipples. If there are, what are you doing, Rose? This is her way of just getting attention. If there is mastitis happening, then you will most likely be able to take care of it quickly. So what I do in a case of, if I feel that they're engorged anywhere, and she's just fed, say, so first thing I'll do if she's engorged is I will put the puppies on her. If that doesn't relieve the engorgement, it means that there's a blockage of some sort. So I will start milking her, and I will just kind of massage and squeeze and get that milk to start coming out of all the little ducts in the nipple that's in question. And sometimes up the line, you'll feel it. You'll feel the engorgement all the way up the line of that milk duct. So the stream of milk will actually be backed up. So I will do that. If that doesn't work, then I will go to the store and get some green cabbage. I will cut pieces off and I will lay her down by me while I'm, working on the computer or while I'm watching a show or something like that, and just lay the cabbage over her nipples. And that most of the time will work. If that doesn't work within, the hours, like probably 5 or 6 hours, then she needs to go to the vet ASAP and get on an antibiotic. And unfortunately, I do not like giving antibiotics. I am very against giving antibiotics for just any old thing. I like to do the natural thing first, because those puppies are getting all the antibiotics too, which messes up their gut biome. And we could go into a whole lesson on antibiotics treatment in dogs and people as well, and how much it wreaks havoc on their system. So we really don't want to do that. They start getting wormed at 2 weeks, which is just, in a few days. And so we'll start their regular worming in 2 weeks. They hate that, but I probably will record that because it's pretty hilarious. They act like they're dying when you put it in their mouth. They start gagging and going on. So we worm them and everything, but we just don't want the gut biome to be messed up, because that is definitely the natural way that protects them. Mama's immunity is perfect, in perfect balance at this point, and we want to keep that. I know a lot of people will say you shouldn't be letting dogs come in here to groom while your puppies are little, and I'm very careful about that. But what I do is I meet them outside of my fence, so they don't walk in on our property at all. And I pick the dog up over the fence. I don't do anything over 40 pounds except poodles, which I'm not doing those right now. But I pick them up over the fence and I carry them into the bath, and we bath them before they come into this, into the kennel. So that way I'm sure that we're not tracking in any, hey cat, you don't eat my plants. What are you doing? Psst. What are you doing? That is not for you. Do not. Okay. Anyways, she's looking at me like, what? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so they don't step foot on our property inside the yard before they get washed. So we're not worried about it. I make sure that they know that they cannot bring them if they've been sick or they've been to the dog park recently, even within a few days. Most of my clients don't bring their dogs to the dog park anyways, but you just want to be safe. So we try not to do that. So anyways, I'm going to sign off because I have a lot to do today and a short time to do it. And so I will update you guys probably tomorrow. I hope you're having a wonderful Monday. I hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day if that pertains to you, and that you were just felt loved. And happy Mother's Day to all of you guys, and blessings.